Welcome back everybody, and we're at the menu screen again, and the reason for that is I've been patching the game. I was having some difficulties patching it to 1.1.02, and as a result, once I did, I found that I couldn't load any of the save games, so I've deleted them. So we're back to kind of just starting again. I've done all the tutorials, as you'll see here, and that's given us a couple of achievements. I keep pressing the scenario button, but it doesn't do anything, so that's clearly something not yet implemented or that I don't have access to. But yeah, so for achievements, you would see recent achievements there, but they're somewhere. Maybe they're levels. Yeah, tutorials. So, oh, maybe it's wiped my achievements. How rude. Never mind. So we're going to set up another new game. We're going to keep going with what we were doing, which is US West, and we're going to hope that it can actually load the game this time. And yes, so basically the issues I was having is immediately after I recorded last episode I tried to use the tutorials and they weren't showing. So I was quite disappointed, so I came out, and next time I went in they were there, but when you got to the cultivation one, ooh, we jumped, you couldn't do anything. So there we go. So that wasn't so good. It turns out the reason I then couldn't do that and the reason I couldn't upgrade to 1.1.02 was the same thing. There was tutorial files missing, which is odd considering the game was exactly as I downloaded it. It was Agricultural Simulator Gold Edition. There's multiple different versions. There's Gold Edition, Collector's Edition, all sorts of different stuff going on. They're obviously trying to make their money's worth out of the 2013 name, and that's fine. But we've got it patched now, so we're going to kind of, at least we didn't lose out on anything. And the thing that really bugged me about last time was the fact that we were so slow in getting around, so we're going to kind of start to spend some of our money. Massey Ferguson, why are you showing me the Massey? Oh, they're two different Masseys, okay. Many different Masseys, yay. What it's had us driving with in the... oh, there's the Lola. It's had us driving with the Fent, and I can't remember which Fent it was, but it was one that was pretty well proportioned. So we don't want to spend too much money, so because we want to make sure we get pretty much all the equipment. So just going to have a quick look through, because we want to be able to get everything to kind of go through an entire harvest cycle at least once. You see, whenever I started on 2012, I always started with the Vultra. Now, yeah, I think I'll stick with that tradition. We'll buy the Vultra. Oh, we got an achievement because we bought a vehicle, so that's good. So we'll get over here to our Vultra and get in. Now that's a bit quicker, isn't it? Certainly a lot quicker than the old-time Massey. So I think that's pretty much going to be, well, I say it's a lot quicker. Maybe not that much quicker. When we get going it is. So that's a bit better. So this is a familiar sight to those of you that have played the previous versions. So having done the tutorials, it's very much like Grandma, here is an ovoid object, let me show you what to do with it. So we'll gloss over that. They didn't actually show me anything of kind of where stuff is on the map, so we're going to have to find that. They did show, let's get a weight, so we'll get that. Let's let's get a red. No, we don't want. Let's get a grey weight. That'll do. Something to work with. Really, we're going to work with a weight. So that's the Cayena. That seems like a pretty... Yeah, the Cayena, that does the cultivation as well. Mulch drilling and conventional seeder, 70 grand. So I suppose if we were to go for that, we wouldn't need this one. Okay, so it's not... we can probably scroll down to this. So that's a point. So if we go for... first of all, we're going to need to plough. Basically, the only steps that are essential is ploughing and seeding. Everything else is not mandatory. But funnily enough, so we've got all these different ploughs. Yeah, I don't think we'll be buying that one. So that's working size 1.3 by 1.6, 1.8, we won't be buying that one. We might go 1.3, what was this one? So really the Europal is the same as this Plough medium. I've used the Europal quite a few times before, but this one's the cheaper of the two for about the same kind of dimensions, so we'll have one of those, please. So let's go and shift that. So we go and get our weight attached, and assuming we've got a front, yes, we have got a front attachment. So watch out the way, Pooch Patrol and chickens is. And I've discovered that you can go into cab view by pressing F6. I didn't know this before. So the tutorials did teach me something. Okay, but that's a little bit disorienting, so we're going to press F5 to go back to normal view. I don't know if it did that in Axiom Historical, because I didn't know anything about it. That's one heck of a weight. Are you sure you want that on the front of my vehicle? Right, so let's get out. So you connect that with that, exactly as we've been doing. Well, I suppose that doesn't look too bad, does it really? And you've also, you can see you've got the PTO there, but we don't have a PTO for a weight, funnily enough. Odd that, isn't it? So I haven't figured out where to put the field yet, so I'm thinking we're gonna... Actually, if it's going to put the stuff all around there, it doesn't really matter if we have to get it all out of the way, but we do want to buy stuff, so we'll move this stuff, because this is the first stuff that we're going to use, so... Okay, so... right. Let's get around here. Okay, so we want to connect that with that, and hey presto. Again, I remember from Axiom Historical we had a bug when we kind of left things attached. I have no idea if it'll be the same for us here or not. So, there we go. Someone also commented that it seemed a little bit light. I have actually dialed down the gamma correction. It still does look a little bit light, so we'll see how we go on that one. And let's go through. So we've done plough. We'll have a look at the seeders, because if we can get that seeder, if we get the Cayena, oh, it's 15 grand difference, so it depends. I mean, we could get the Cayena and then we don't have to get a fertilizer, but if we're talking about the difference of 30 grand and 70 grand, then it's still... Now, I don't want to see... And that is a 3-meter seeder, but we need to then, that's a 6-meter seeder. How wide was the Cayena? So 7.5 meter. So the Cayena's 6 meter, but it does the cultivation. So for that we'd get 45 grand. So let's have a look at cultivator. Okay, so cultivators we can get 4 meters for 8.5 grand. Yes, quite. 3 meters. So if we were to get 6 meter, it would, yeah, we'd be spending 95,000 for what we can get for 70,000. But I'm still wondering how much it's going to cost us to do other things like baling and stuff. So I think we'll go with the basic equipment first. We can always kind of sell it and upgrade, so I'm thinking we don't want to go with that, or do we? Because that's 4 meters, and the other one I was thinking of was this one. And it's only 500 difference, so we'll have one of those. So that's our cultivator. So, ooh, that's gone. Okay, so we crashed there. We have a weight, but I don't see... Oh, there's the tractor. So obviously must have auto-saved, but it hasn't saved when I bought the plough. Okay, so we'll go back in and we'll buy the plough again. And I'm guessing if we're going to have problems with buying stuff, then we'll simply just... we'll buy a bit at a time. So we'll buy the plough to start off with. The only thing I'm really worried about in terms of big expenses is going to be the... what's it? Yep, so we went with that one, didn't we? Is going to be the harvester. So we've got our achievement again. And we can see down in the bottom that we've spent 12,000 on an extension plough. You can see our new bank balances. So let's go and get our stuff attached. Again. Okay. Then what we'll need to do is figure out what we're going to do in terms of setting up a field. No, that's the button I want to do to set up the field, not the button I want to do to get out of the tractor. And then we'll just connect that up, just like that. So it didn't actually recommend, it did actually recommend a weight in terms of ploughing in the tutorials, which is good. So there we go. I know someone commented that, am I going to use a worker, because obviously ploughing is difficult. Yes, I will be using a worker, but the first time through, I'm going to do it manually and actually show that we can do the work ourselves. There we go, excellent. So before we do that, let's go and have a look. So this is our land. I'm guessing we use WASD to move. Oh, we can also use the mousey scrolly. So let's have a look around. That's the canoe, so we did see that last time. See the shop. So that's all good. Guessing all of this is more area that we can buy. The old windmill. Yes, this is Grand River. Ooh. So that takes us back home. Okay, let's untick that, please. Grand River. Do we want to call it Grand... Oh, an administration fee is required to rename the land? No, let's go away from that. So that's Mosquito Lake. So how do I go back into the mode that I was in? that's the people mode. So it's not awfully. Oh, we can add buildings here as well, or filter buildings. So let's just go back into that. But so now I can't actually move. What can I do to get out of it? E. That's interesting. So Grand River, we can create a field. So let's create a field there, like that. Achievement not enough. What's that? So I still can't get out of this, which is annoying me very much at the moment. So it's just completed an autosave. That's good. We like autosaves. They save us from losing too much things, so that's definitely a positive step. So I still can't get it to come out of this. What's this? So I'm just going to keep pressing random buttons until I can actually... Are you sure I want to... No, I don't want to reset the field. What I want you to do is to go away so that I can do different things. I want to be able to look around the map again. Okay. I don't want to buy next door. I've not even started working here yet. So that's quite annoying. In fact, that's incredibly annoying because I cannot find a single button. I'm going to smash everything on the keyboard and I still can't do it. So now I can't look around the map anymore. I can only look around this bit. Okay, so if anyone has played it and has got that information, if you could comment, I would appreciate it. But in the meantime, we'll get on with. Hopefully, we'll get on with. There we go. We'll get on with ploughing, because it would be nice to accomplish something this episode. So we have got a beacon, so we can have a look at that. So I think Stocko would probably be upset if we didn't have a beacon on and we have one available to us. So in terms of our field, let's have a look. Okay, so it is right in front of me there. It's a fair old size actually, so I think that's going to take us some time to plough. So we're going to start over on this other side, I think, of it, which is close to our borderline with the other property. So I think we have to be careful, otherwise you end up getting fined or something for going into their land. So I think we'll set up here, aim to kind of... Oh, come on. Good job that isn't actually a post, isn't it, really? So we will open the plough up. We'll drive onto what will be our field. About there. We'll drop it down. And I think we'll have a look at the front hydraulics. Yeah, that weight's nice and low. We could... Can't really drop it up or down, can we? Not that it matters too much. So then let's go. We'll try level 1 first of all, and we'll see how that goes. I just need to remember I'm not going for those yellow, I'm going for the red and white. So Let's try level 2. That's a bit more like it. So we've got some action going on here. And I think the way the tutorial gets you to do it is you do from either side and you plough in towards the centre. So it's not particularly quick, but we are doing it. So I think at the moment, considering we're the first time round in this game, I'm not going to do too much off screen. I might get to the stage where we're kind of most of the way through and finish up, but I don't think you guys have had your money's worth just yet, so we'll carry on. Well, I think you've probably had your money's worth of me kind of getting frustrated with the administration view. It isn't particularly self-explanatory what I'm doing in there. Okay, so let's get this lined up. Oh. That's another autosave, that's why that's spiked there. Yeah, so at least with this I've got the option to do pretty much what I want to do. And I don't know... Yes, the keys are now working. In the tutorials, the U and J keys were not working to kind of put the implement up or down. So that was, yeah, it was a little bit frustrating, but then again, even the tutorials, you were very, very limited in the world. You could drive to a particular spot and then you couldn't drive anymore because that's the only spot that it wanted you to go to. But I suppose if you've never played the game, then you don't want to kind of wander off and do silly things, and so that's fair enough. So there we go. So we'll get up here. So it's not a huge field, but it's large enough for us to start with. And we'll need to kind of look at crops. I'm thinking crop terms probably to start off with sunflowers, because those were our profitable crop from historical. But I will let you guys determine, well, I'll let you guys have a think about what you'd like to see sown first harvest. So we want to get this lined up again, and the recommendation is to have the wheels in the first furrow. I mean, I know kind of this is not particularly the easiest way to kind of plough, but it's pretty good. It's just a question of hoping that it's improved and we don't get those odd ridge lines that we were getting before. So, but it looks like it's doing an alright job. And of course, although we don't need to cultivate, we will be cultivating, and that'll help us out as well. So I think that's probably another reason to get the independent cultivator as well. So there we go. Let's see if we can kind of do this without too much stopping now. I don't know what happened. I think the music volume's gotten turned down to 0 again, because I was hearing it when I was playing around a little bit earlier. But it seems that a bunch of options get reset each time, or seem to be at the moment. I don't know if that's because I'm crashing out or not. So for the time being, I'll assume it's to do with that, and if it continues to do with it, I will let you guys know. Yeah, so I think that's fair enough. So yeah, so this is us ploughing our field. A01. Actually, I don't know if, can we rename the field? Let's have a look at that in a moment. It would be good if we could. So yeah, so AgSim Historical, AgSim 2013, now officially underway. So yes, I hope you all like the splash screen. We've got splash screens coming from most of the LPs. Venomous Teabag, my good friend, is been working on them, and I think he's done, certainly for this one, he's done an absolutely cracking job. I really love it, so I hope you guys do too. And ooh, what am I'm going around in circles now. Goodness me. How did I do that? It's because I was, as usual, too busy talking. So I've got lots of chickens over there. So I'm thinking we're not going to touch the animals until we've started to until we've got now crops sown. So until we've gotten the sowing done on this, we're not going to start touching the animals, because we're probably going to need to get grass and do all that sort of stuff. And so I'm going to make sure we've got the money to do the full proper field work before we go and start buying stuff to mow grass and things like that. Although with 800,000 euros, well, just under 750,000 euros now, we should be okay. But let's go cautiously. So yes, for those of you kind of wondering, the beacon button is not home in this particular game. It's actually M. So just think, I need to go home, and you'll be there. Oh, I did press U. I did press U to take that up. Oh well. We'll call that a derp. So yeah, so now we've done that one, let's have a look at the admin view and see if we can we can rename a field. And we don't have to pay a fee for it. So what should we call this one? Home Meadow, because it's close to our home. I think that'll do. So it's doing alright. So we'll carry on with this. I'll do another couple of passes and then I'll just finish up and park up, and then we'll be ready to start next episode and do the cultivation and possibly cultivate and seed, and depending upon how well things go. Although I'm probably, well, I may well cultivate and just have a little look around if the admin view doesn't still want to cooperate with me. See if we can maybe think about selling the old Massey, but I don't know whether or not to keep it there for decoration or what, basically, because we've got some old equipment. We've probably got quite a lot of stuff in our inventory, so we'll have a look at that in a moment before we close out, just to take stock of where we are, which is always a good idea. Know where you are and where you're going. It's basics of anything, really, isn't it? So let's take that up. So yeah, so we've got plenty of passes to do here. Bash bosh. So yeah, so there are obviously wider ploughs, and we could have gotten a wider plough, but as we've not got all our equipment yet, we're going to hold steady, and we're just going to start off as a smaller outfit, and hopefully we'll grow the farm into a nice big successful operation with huge ploughs and fantastic machinery. But yeah, we've got to start from humble beginnings. Now assuming that we kind of get a reasonable gameplay experience and the episodes are actually good for you guys, what we may do is we see how far we can get with this particular map, and then assuming I'm not overly frustrated and we don't have too many crashes, we'll look for maybe a season 2, but we're way off from that. So like I said, unlike Agsim Historical, I think there's enough in here that we could keep going with this as more than just a single season Let's Play, but we'll reserve judgment on that one for now. So, but I know you guys have been looking forward to it. You're really keen to see it, so that's how I do enjoy the games. So, I mean, look at the textures and the animation. First, if we manage to keep it stable, we'll be having a whale of a time with this. So, there we go. Right, ooh, steer back, steer back. It does pull a little bit, but that's perfectly normal, I think. Ooh, autosave. I might have a look at the autosave interval and see what that is soon. Okay, so that'll do us for now. I'm going to do the rest of it and finish up, because I think you guys are you're probably getting sick of seeing it. So we can see plenty of dirt there. So we can see nice textures there, similar to what we were seeing in Historical. That looks like yeah, that's the fuel station over there, which means I'm guessing that the shop is back up that way somewhere. Lots of wind farm turbine generators. And yeah, so we can see in our cellar we've got different things, carrots, lettuces by the looks of it. We've got stuff in the barn. Oh, we've got different bales and stuff, and grass. Oh, we've got stuff in our silos as well. Oh, I'm guessing that could be flax or rape, I guess. We've got chickens. We've got chickens in the pasture. We've got a pile of poo, and we've got a grass mound as well. So looks like we've got plenty of stuff. Like I say, gonna have to have a look and see. I would really like to see, as we go through the game, whether or not these additional items, so like the tomatoes, if there's a way to grow those, or if they're just a method of decoration and stuff, as we've seen in the past. So yeah, so here we are, ploughing our field. We've got a slightly more modern tractor, and yeah, I like this detail. They've put the game name in there, Actologic, and Agsim 2013 on the tyres. I mean, that is, for detail, it's, other than the details of actually ironing out the bugs, it's a, yeah, you can't fault it really. But there we go. Anyway, so until next time, take care, folks.